So guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to this week's early look at the upcoming Team of the Week. If you need some coins to improve your ultimate team, then check out my sponsor. There's a link to do so in the description, igvault.com, and if you use the code Kieron, you'll get yourself a nice discount, but if you use the code Kieron, Totw, you'll get yourself an even bigger discount throughout the Team of the Year promo. It'll be Team of the Week 17 on Wednesday, and it's going to be an interesting one, I think, especially with Team of the Year right around the corner. Will EA force players in? Probably not, because packs are going to be sold no matter what due to the Team of the Year promo. So yeah, as I say, it'll be an interesting one. Anyway, you guys know the drill. If you could leave a like rating on this video, that'd be very much appreciated. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on the upcoming Team of the Week, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well if you are new around here. Do remember to check out my full Team of the Week 17 prediction, which will drop tomorrow night, and that video will of course include every single team that is in FIFA. Now before we get into things today, let's quickly talk about OneFootball. OneFootball is a free to download and free to use app which can help you keep up to date with all things football. Right now I've got it on just in the background just to keep an eye on the Leicester City Southampton game, which when I'm recording this part of the video is still currently ongoing, so it's handy just to have it open for that. Also, you can use the app to keep an eye on stats of players who potentially could be getting some informs. As you can see in the background, we're just checking out Ben Yedder's stats, and surprisingly he's 30 years old. I don't know why, I just thought he was a lot younger than that, but apparently not. He's much older than me, which is yeah, no surprise I guess. Most of you probably think I'm 17 by the look of me, but I'm actually not. Anyway, we're rambling. If you want to download OneFootball, there's a link to do so in the description. Like I say, it's completely free, so you may as well give it a go. Okay, so now all 50 plugs are out the way, we can get into the main portion of this video and the reason you guys are here. So let's go all the way back to Tuesday for the first match between Sheffield and Newcastle, which did finish in a 1-0 scoreline, with Sheffield getting a big 3 points for them. Now the only goal in this game was a penalty scored by Billy Sharp, so it's hard to see an inform for just that, but maybe one of the defenders could get in depending on other defensive candidate options this week. Man United beat Burnley 1-0 thanks to a nice goal from Paul Pogba, and I think that one goal could be enough to see him pick up an inform item this week, especially if Pogba has a good performance on the weekend against Liverpool. Obviously this video has been recorded on Saturday, that game's tomorrow, so I guess we'll see if Pogba features in my Team of the Week predictions tomorrow night, but as things stand I think he's got a good chance for this goal alone. Moving on then to Everton's 2-1 win against Wolves. Pretty much Michael Keane got man of the match and a goal, and because of that I think he's got a good chance at getting a second inform this week, so yeah, maybe that'll be one to look out for in your red picks. Not really a usable card due to the pace, but could have some nice defensive stats, and I'm sure Everton fans would like to see that card. Anyway, we now move on to La Liga, where Granada beat Osasuna 2-0, and there were two different goal scorers in this game, neither of them getting particularly big match ratings, therefore I think it's unlikely that either will pick up an inform. The same, to be fair, can be said about the game between Atletico Madrid and Sevilla. Obviously Atletico won 2-0, as you can see, with goals coming from Correa and also Saul, so maybe Saul with him being a midfielder getting on the score sheet, that could be an option, but ultimately no one here is standing out too much. Now we move on to the games that were played on Wednesday, where Manchester City beat Brighton 1-2-0 thanks to a goal from Phil Foden. KDB got the assist and a good match rating in this game, but ultimately it's very likely he's going to get a Team of the Year card, therefore can't see him getting an inform, but maybe Foden could, but ultimately I don't think it'd be one that would be too desirable, but there's a chance of it happening I guess, so it's worth noting. Tottenham and Fulham finished in a 1-1 draw, and in this game Areola made quite a few saves and a couple of decent ones as well. Didn't keep a clean sheet, but a good performance from him. I think that could be enough to see him get an inform if there aren't too many goalkeeper options this week, especially because this was a big 1 point away from home for Fulham. On Thursday, Arsenal and Crystal Palace had a match, and that's all there is to say. It was a horrible game. It was a horrendous game of football, 0-0, no informs coming from this, and yeah, it just wasn't fun to watch. Like, as an Arsenal fan right now, it's so weird because one game Arsenal will turn up and look great, and then in another they'll just look horrific. It's yeah, it's so hot and cold right now being an Arsenal fan. And Aubameyang, what a strange season he's having. I say strange, it's a horrible season he's having. As soon as he signed that contract, he's just yeah, I don't know what's happened. It's a weird one. Anyway, let's move on to some of the weekend games. So we're on to Friday now, and Lazio got the better of Roma. Well, I say got the better. They absolutely battered them 3-0. And the goal scorers were Immobile and Luis Alberto, who scored twice. Lazzari got 2 assists in this game, and Alberto and Lazzari both got 8s from Gazzetta. So there's a very good chance that one of them gets an inform, and obviously I'm going to favourite the goal scorer. So we're going to go with Luis Alberto from this match. Union Berlin got themselves a very good 3 points in a 1-0 win against Bayer Leverkusen. So there is a chance that one of them picks up an inform, but Union Berlin, although they're having an amazing season, in Ultimate Team, they don't have that many high-rated players that are like, that desirable that EA are just going to chuck in. So unless one of these guys gets a good match rating from Kicker, I doubt they'll make it in, despite this being a very good performance for them. And then the final Friday game to discuss is the win for Monaco away at Montpellier, in which Ben Yedder got himself 2 goals and a pretty good match rating. One of the goals was a penalty, which will definitely go against him, but if he gets a semi-decent match rating from the keep, there's a very good chance that he'll pick up an inform this week. And I think I've already seen that his headliner's card has like rocketed up in price quite a decent amount. So yeah, people are definitely anticipating an inform Ben Yedder already. So we finally get to Saturday's games, and we begin in the Bundesliga with Borussia Dortmund's 1-1 draw against Mainz. And yeah, 1-1 draw, unlikely an inform will come from this game unless there are not too many Bundesliga options, which there actually aren't. So there is a chance that we could see Meunier in if he gets a good match rating from Kicker. Hoffenheim and Arminia drew 0-0, and the goalkeeper made 5 assists and kept a clean sheet, so he's a potential option, but ultimately I just don't see a special item coming from this game. Wolfsburg and Leipzig ended in a 2-2 draw. We've got Gerhardt getting 2 assists, so maybe he has a chance, but other than that, don't see anything too much standing out from this game. Cologne and Hertha Berlin ended in a 0-0 draw. The less said about that game, the better. And Werder Bremen got themselves a 2-0 win against Augsburg, in which both kind of fullbacks got themselves on the score sheet. So a goal and a clean sheet for either of them, that could be enough to see one of them get an inform at least. And then the final Saturday game was another draw in the Bundesliga, Stuttgart and Gladbach finishing in a 2-2 scoreline. Stindl being the standout player in this game, but he recently just got that Player of the Month card, and I doubt he'll get an inform this week. Over in the Serie A, Bologna beat Hellas Verona 1-0 thanks to a penalty from Orsolini. As you can imagine, don't really have too much to say from this game. A couple of these defenders have alright ratings, but they'll need a good match rating from Gazzetta, to actually get in. So we'll move on to Torino against Spezia, which finished in a 0-0 draw without a standout performer. So we'll move on quickly from that game as well. And that brings us on to Sampdoria beating Udinese 2-1 thanks to goals from Torregrossa and Candreva, and it's another one of them games where there just hasn't really been, a massive standout performer. Obviously, I haven't watched any of these games, so I don't know specifics, but unless there's a big match rating from Gazzetta, I can't see any of these players picking up an inform, unfortunately. The French Ligue 1 now, Marseille were at home to Nîmes, and they lost 2-1, and as you can see, we do have 2 obvious options here. The right back got 2 assists, and the left mid got himself 2 goals, and the winger doesn't look that bad, so potential silver star right here. Maybe an inform, but maybe also a silver star option, which could actually be really, really nice. The other game in the Ligue 1, on Saturday was between Angers and PSG, and as you can see, the game was won 1-0 thanks to a goal from Kazawa, so potential for him to get in the team of the week. Goal and a clean sheet for him. Definitely have seen informs given for less, so could happen. We'll finish by talking about the Premier League games, and we will start with West Brom's 3-2 win against Wolves. Now, this game is a bit of a derby match, so I do expect it to, produce an inform, even though the candidates aren't super strong. You got Matias Pereira, who got 2 goals, but both of them were penalties. But you've also got Ajayi, who got himself a goal in this game, and he also potentially could make for a very good silver star item. And I think if this guy did get selected for that, literally every time we have, a silver friendly challenge, everyone's going to have the back line of that Player Moments Wes Morgan and the Silver Star Ajayi. So, yeah, there is that. But that could actually be a really nice centre-back card. Obviously, optionally, they could go for Pereira instead. Let's move on to Brighton's 1-0 win against Leeds. The goal was scored by Mopé, and there's not too much else to say for this game, to be honest. Wasn't the most entertaining of matches, and ultimately, I don't think there's a good chance of an inform coming from it as things stand. West Ham got a win against Burnley, 1-0 thanks to a goal from Antonio. Maybe potential for a defensive inform in this game because Declan Rice did have a good match, so one worth keeping an eye on. Chelsea beat Fulham thanks to a goal from Mason Mount, and yeah, he's probably got a chance of an inform because of that, so one to watch there. Although it is worth saying, probably no one will care because obviously he does have a better card available in the form of that team at the group stage. No, it was a road to the final item, wasn't it? So it was an SBC. So yeah, I think anyone who wanted a special mount probably did that SBC, therefore probably won't care about an inform variant, which will be, you know, 2 ratings lower than it. So yeah, potential inform mount in your red picks. Finally, we have the Leicester-Southampton game to discuss, and we have 2 pretty standout options. We've got Maddison, who got himself essentially the game-winning goal, and he could actually get a really nice inform if he was selected. And we also have Yuri Tillemans, who got 2 assists and set up both goals in the game, so he probably is the favourite. So yeah, a couple of options from Leicester right there. So that will do it. That is my early look at the upcoming Team of the Week. Not looking like a super strong Team of the Week so far, but obviously there is quite a few games to be played tomorrow. There's also a couple of games on Monday that will be added on as well. So still could be a decent Team of the Week, but I think most people right now are focused on Team of the Year anyway, so they probably won't care. Anyway, let's wrap this video up. If you could leave a like rating on it, that'd be very much appreciated. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.